Hey everyone, welcome to all the viewers across the world, our viewers at the World Business Forum, and of course the viewers of the Chief Executive Magazine. My name is Martin Lindstrom. I'm your co-host, along with my dear friend and the very iconic Marshall Goldsmith. Marshall is the #1 executive coach in the world. I would almost claim he was the one inventing that very term. And on top of that, he's also an amazing author. In fact, guess what? On May the 3rd, which is a little bit less than a month from now, he's going to publish his next book called The Earned Life, Lose Regret, Choose Fulfillment, which will be published. And I tell you, it's absolutely amazing because Marshall, he sent me a book before it was launched. Don't tell anyone. So beside all these fancy credentials, I just want to say he's a remarkable human being. And I'm so proud, Marshall, once again to spend time with you.
Oh, Martin, I am so honored to be here with my comrade, Martin Lindstrom. Martin has been ranked by Time magazine as one of the most 100 influential people in the world. Rumor has it he's entered into the galactic contest, but he's already listed in the world. He's the world's authority on branding. He is the author of Biology, the Ministry of Common Sense, and he also knows a lot about today's topic, perception. So I just can't wait to hear the dialogue today because we have such an interesting group. Martin is also, as I said, the most interesting human being I've ever met in my life. So he's just a fascinating human being. So such an honor to work with you. Yay.
Thank you, Marshall. And do you know what, everyone watching out there, I don't know how he does it, but every time I just blush when he's saying all this stuff, right? Because it couldn't be further from the truth. Oh, there we go. Listen, if you have any comments or questions out there, or you just want to share your view of what we're talking about, post them down here. And not only that, if you want to subscribe to the M&M show, you can do that by clicking the subscribe button, which is on the screen right now. And by the way, we also have an amazing website. I'm going to give you the link later on today where you can look at some of the past shows we had, which all of them in each of the way are remarkable, but not as unique as this show. Marshall, tell us about the first guest we have.
Look, I am so looking forward to today's show because I plan on learning a lot. Our first guest is Ellen Langer. Ellen has an amazing background. She's the first tenured psychology professor at Harvard, #1. She has been called the mother of mindfulness. She has 3 distinguished science awards. She is an author of Counterclockwise, which is a fascinating title, which we're going to talk about. And I could go on and on. She knows a lot about stuff. She knows a lot about the illusion of control. She knows about aging. She knows about decision making, and she knows about mindfulness. And as a Buddhist, I can't wait to hear her talk. So I'm very excited about both Neil, and I'm very excited about Ellen. Are we ready to begin?
We absolutely are. Welcome, Ellen, to our show. It's such an honor, really, to have you with us. Listen, Marshall, I know you have a question for Ellen.
Yes. My first question is, you're one of the leading authorities. In fact, you've been called the mother of mindfulness. How'd you get into this? And tell us what it means, and just give us a little primer for the audience.
Well, I think that I first started studying mindlessness. And, I would walk into a mannequin and I would say, I'm sorry, things of this sort. I moved from New York to Cambridge to begin teaching at Harvard. Right. And Cambridge was a very different place from New York. So if you went to park let's say the banks at that time were closed at 3 o'clock. In New York at 3:01, the spaces by the bank would all be taken. But in Cambridge, no. You'd go into a bank itself and you'd have one line have 10 people on it and another line only 2 people. In New York, that would never happen. The people 10 would run to the other and, to move things along. And so a number of things like this just led me to see what I found after all of these years was that virtually all of us are mindless almost all the time. We're not there. And the fun thing is that because we're not there to know we're not there. So people, by and large, are oblivious. To be truthful, Martin, at one point I was talking to somebody, not the nice kind of person the way you described Martin, and the person said something like, "You know, you are what you study." Some version of that, and so I flipped it. So instead of studying mindlessness, I started studying mindfulness. Um, but my mindfulness is very different in approach from the Buddhist fashion you were talking about a moment before. Although interestingly, you end up in the same place. So mindfulness, as I study it, is the very simple process of noticing new things. That's all it is. Now, when you notice new things, you see, hey, I didn't know this as well as I thought I knew it. So then your attention naturally goes to it. And so we have people actively notice, and the results are remarkable over, I've been doing this a lot of years, so there's almost no dependent measure we haven't put in there. But as you actively notice, the neurons start firing, you become, you live longer, you become healthier, more alert, more engaged, more charismatic, your memory improves, virtually everything, which is kind of amazing. And we have a lot of new data that maybe we'll get to or not, that about how my mindfulness actually affects your mindfulness.